Hey YouTube land, just Jax here again. Like I said, I don't usually do back-to-back videos, but I didn't want to do an extremely long 30-minute video of me just talking. So I wanted to stick to important parts in each video. So, not gonna cry. I technically, per se, have a top surgeon who takes my insurance and is in my state. 2 hours away at that. So, now that I'm on testosterone more than ever, I want to get rid of my chest. My girlfriend and I had been talking about doing that before starting testosterone if we could find a doctor that could, a surgeon that could. And we found one. I found one. And he has his own private Facebook group and such like that. And I really liked his results with bigger chested individuals, which I am. And he didn't go through insurance, so it was going to be out of pocket. So we talked about it, and if I came up with the money to do it, she was okay with it. But then I still had this guilt with it. If I came up with that much money, even if it was donated from friends and family, there was so much more we could do with that money. But she knows that I need this. So for her to be willing to make that sacrifice meant a lot to me, but even though we're nowhere close to even starting to get even the down payment, I still had this guilt with that because it's still less than $10,000 like other surgeons, but it's still a big chunk of money. And with that kind of money, we could do a lot for ourselves in other ways. So I was trying to find another way. And so I just got to Google. I used information from other friends, and I just, asked the first two questions. Are you accepting new patients? Do you take my insurance? Almost every time, no, 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 no. I'm not, as you know, I'm not used to the word no, and so just kept going again and again and again. I went as far as Oklahoma. I went Nashville. I went because I know Nashville has a lot of doctors and such. Because I myself have gone to Vanderbilt University for Crohn's treatments and stuff. So I was like, maybe something there. And from the information I could find, no, 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 no. Looked up just St. Louis, plastic surgeons and stuff. No, 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 no. Then luckily, one of the doctors that I did call in St. Louis, if you hear noise right now, my cat is literally going through his pile of toys. So, anyway. He makes an appearance almost every video. So, one of the offices said, if there is a surgeon within our network that does take Medicare, this would be the one. I'm like, okay, check the information. And so called, and yes, they do. The only thing is we were going to set up a consultation. She was like, do you have any imaging done? This, that, and the other. And the other thing, while I was making the appointment, she seemed just kind of off or whatever, like not really interested or whatever. No big deal. And then she asked for my birth name. After I gave her all my information, she's like, is Jackson your birth name? And I said, no, it's not. I legally had it changed. And she asked what my birth name was, and I got really defensive. I was like, why do you need that? She goes, in case you've been through the hospitals in our network before, I can link your history to your new name. I can get rid of your old name in the system and link it to your new name. And I was just like, what? That was really nice of her to do that. So I verified my birth name, and she was like, okay, that's what I have coming up. I'm going to fix that all for you. Never even thought about something like that because, I have been to other hospitals in other states and other cities, so I never even thought about my name changing in those systems too. So that was really nice of her. So she's been super sweet, and I've called several times for different reasons because she needed to transfer me to another nurse to make my appointment who never got back to me. So I called her a couple days, and she's like, I thought we got this taken care of, Jax. And I was just like, no, for some reason I didn't have my voicemail set up. Now it's set up, and I haven't even gotten a call from any of your all's numbers that I know of. And she's like, I'm just gonna do it myself. So she asked me some more questions and stuff, and she's like, you haven't had any imaging done? I was like, no, I didn't realize that I needed them. I thought people just took pictures and went from there. And she's like, no, our doctor does imaging, and which more thorough than I thought and all that. So then she was asking about if I had a therapist letter. I said that was the other reason I was calling, is some surgeons do consent and some need letters. And she's like, we need letters. I was like, okay, that I don't know where to go and what I need. So she gave me that information for their office. And so that's been the next hiccup, is finding a psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever I need, whom I need to go to that will take my insurance, that will be able to give me this letter. So I just Googled FTM counselors in my area, and I found several, more than I would in my city, because I was like, I can't go 2 hours just to go to therapy. That's not cohesive. It's different for a doctor's appointment or surgery or something like that. That's a little bit different. So I Googled that, and I tried all these doctors, and they would take me on, but none of them took my insurance. And since I am disabled, I do work part-time, but I still am way, way below poverty line. That's why I said spending more than a couple $1,000s on a cosmetic surgery made me feel bad. So there was one that was building up her new client list that would take me on for $50 a session. And even that, even twice a month, an extra $100 for that was still, let's see what we can do. So Holly spent one day, I was at work she just called Medicare for me and found out, which I didn't realize they can give you providers in your area for whatever you need that would take your insurance, which was nice. So she did that on Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. And so I was like, well, I'll have to wait till Monday because, the holiday weekend, which is fine. A couple days to think everything over. And before I got to her list yesterday, I found an article in the Southeast Missouri that a couple of my friends had shared about a new clinic close to me, like in my city, but literally close to my house. And I saw that the place that they had worked for previously was closed, and they weren't given much notice, and they were like, they still wanted to help people, so they made their own clinic. And so it was an article about that. And in the article, it said they had patients that took hormone replacement therapy, and that one of the doctors was a worked in the psychiatric field for 30 plus years. And so I was just like, that's got to be it. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. I was like, this has got to be it. And so I called them today, and they will take me on as a patient. And I have an appointment before the end of the month. And I asked the lady at the surgeon's office, and I asked, best worst case scenario, I get all my ducks in a row, I have my appointment, and I'm approved to get this surgery. Average, how long of a wait would I have to schedule my surgery? And she said, usually, depending on the caseload, 3 to 5 weeks. So I wait this long, I keep getting no's, expecting to wait, a couple more years to save up money for this certain surgeon, and, having to go out of town and all this. I can stay in my state. I can stay 2 hours away from home, where I've already had surgery before. 2 hours away from home, when it's inconvenient for some things, but it's not that inconvenient compared to going to Minnesota or even 6 hours to Nashville. It's a lot more convenient. I did want to get set up with psychiatric care. I was going to have to possibly wait till at least June to get referred from that general practitioner. So that ball will be rolling sooner. And it's all covered. My testosterone is covered. The appointments to get my testosterone is covered. My top surgery would be covered. We don't know if there's going to be any out of pocket per se for things that they might not cover. But as of right now, they take my insurance. I have psychiatric care set up. They take my insurance. My ducks are in a row. It's one of those things again, like, I never thought I'd get a yes for anything. And I randomly start this channel saying, this is it. I'm going to keep pushing more than ever before. And here we are. I'm not going to cry. I still can cry, and I still have. But yeah. What can I say to all that except for it makes me speechless that what do you say and what do you do when the biggest thing in your life becomes that's not necessarily held you back, but has been a constant reminder every day you wake up. Did you say I'm going to Disneyland even though I'm not? Like, what do I say to that? It's... yeah. I'm still in shock. I'm still in awe. I still have a ways to go. There's still a lot to do. Nothing's happening soon, but it's happening. That is, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. I'm excited. But once again, if I get another no, okay, that door closed. I'm gonna go find a new one. That's been the biggest difference, and I forgive myself for taking this long to get there. Like I said, there's just been a difference in me in this year that I was just, even last year I was still, this is what's going to happen, but I still had a lot going on. I think there's a lot going on in my life that just, it kind of took a back seat, which is fine for the time. And then I just started pushing again, and I kept pushing. And I have had amazing friends that have helped me out with some information that I might not have found on my own. So that has been a really big deal and a really big help in all this. And I can never thank them enough because some of those leads were my yeses. So that's amazing. I don't have the words yet to express everything, even though I'm talking for 14 minutes. So yeah, that's where we're at now. So by the end of the month, I'll, beginning of May, I'll have a new update on all of that to see how that's going. And there we go. So that's all for today. 2 videos, but, major and minor updates. Let y'all know I'm still here and still going because I hadn't had an update since, the workout update. So just wanted to give y'all what's going on, and still just Jackson, still trugging along. So I'll see you next time, guys. Have a good one.